What is up, Tumblr? It is your boy, Daniel Howell, that has been dragged back onto this app by Tumblr themselves to do an official hashtag answer time, because I am currently in the middle of a world tour performing my new comedy show, We're All Doomed, about all of the most horrible, terrible things in the world that keep us up at night and trying to make inappropriate jokes about them so we can feel better about ourselves. And I am sat on a tour bus right now in the middle of the gayest state, Florida. So if you want to come see me on tour, then you can go to danielhowell.com to check out tickets. But for now, I'm incredibly excited to dive into this inbox, which has 999 plus questions apparently, which I'm sure are all very normal, respectful, kind, and yep, I'm probably going to remember why I'm scared of this site. Okay, here we go. Basically. Like an ex that I just cannot quit, I find myself constantly gravitating towards my past trauma for that sweet kiss of familiar dopamine before I remember what permanently scarred me. Sure, well, I mean, pas besoin d'être désolé, je ne pas. Whether you are a horribly lost and confused horny man, or perhaps just a slightly chaotic French lesbian, sure, your sentiment is welcome on this blog. I'm doing good, thank you. I'm having a lot of fun on this tour. I love doing my show every single night. It makes me laugh. It heals my soul. I really love meeting my followers from the internet. I mean that. Just being on tour is a good excuse to get some vitamin D and touch some grass, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, it just feels good to actually be out in the world as an out person and feel like I'm really kind of meeting people for the first time as my actual self, and that is new and it's fun. Thank you. I make jokes about depression and capitalism and being gay in front of a massive set with a huge production because I'm an unnecessarily theatrical homosexual. That is a very specific and to the point question that makes me slightly nervous for my personal security. I'm on a bus right now in Florida, just trying to not say gay. Just don't say it. If you don't say it, it's not real. I don't know. Too much soy? It is a problem, okay? People do not take me seriously, but hey, maybe in another 10 years I will actually be able to properly grow facial hair, and then the Daddy Dan era will start. Okay, maybe 20 years. It's actually just in the hundreds of hours, which is pretty weak for an MMO. And that is just me and Phil doing the main story quest, hanging out in the Gold Saucer way too much, playing cards, and that one time that we tried going to a club which turned out to be an ERP club, and Rugadin in the basement wanted to have a threesome with our cat boys. Yep. Well, it does require the ability to string an entire sentence together without a jump cut and hopefully have some stage presence. But it is just so fucking real and raw, and every night I do that show and I get to see people laughing in the audience, I feel something, and I see people feeling something, and I cannot get enough of that, which is why I am on this whole tour around the world, and I cannot wait to see every single one of you. It's the way that people say that to me whilst also turning up with much better styled hair than me, as if they saw me and went, that guy, he's onto something, but I can do better than that. Yeah, thank you, you're welcome. Haha! Come for the nihilism and gay jokes and stay for the hope. Got 'em! Yes, people that have seen the show in the UK may know that there was a Liz Truss joke that has obviously been replaced with some American references, but there was actually a whole conspiracy theory about the Queen and several jokes about Prince Andrew that had to be cut because the last day of rehearsals before we did our first show, the Queen died. And to be honest, it was a miracle that the entire UK tour didn't get cancelled, doing a show called We're All Doomed in a week of national mourning, so, yep, let's not talk about what could have happened. Yeah, you just wait for the next upload. Phil is pregnant that dissolves the UK, reunites Ireland, and an independent London rejoins the EU. I often fantasize about what would happen if I just rocked up to a meet and greet wearing massive goth platform boots, just towering over people at 7'1". I would just be so tall. I want to be scraping my head against the ceiling. I want to be able to just stumble like a giraffe and instantly break both of my ankles and perhaps crush a small town of tiny people under my feet just to be this absolutely gigantic. But why do I feel like this is going to turn into some macrophilia vor post now? Stop. I do, because even if you feel like you've dealt with something that you consider to be a big trauma, it is still immensely valuable to see a therapist just to get some perspective on your life, to have a checkup to make sure that you're still going fine, because a lot of people think that therapy is only for people that have serious problems, but honey, it's for every single person on earth, and even if you're fine, you need to know what to do when you're not fine. So yeah, therapy. Well, thank you for the question, anal slut two-fist. Unfortunately, my tour schedule is very busy right now, so I'm not sure I will be able to accommodate your request, but I'm sure that you would enjoy the content of my inherently queer show. I loved a bit of Camus when I was an edgy little teenager. He was my dude. And anyone that's come to see the show that I'm touring right now will know that it is incredibly relevant to the story of Sisyphus, and I could have actually very, very easily done a metaphor of carrying something up a slope and then rolling down it again. But just remember, if existence is futile, it's also as meaningful as you want it to be. Embrace the void. You better fucking believe I brought my own pillow from home. I cannot sleep without this. Okay, I will take her everywhere. And no, it is not the Iwatobi Haru body pillow that you know I have. Let me live. Alright, time to take another year break from logging into Tumblr. Alright, well, on that note, thank you so much for asking me all these questions. It has been such a pleasure to open my inbox once more on Tumblr. Thank you to Tumblr for having me for this official answer time, and if you want to come see me in real life as I am performing my new comedy show, We're All Doomed, I am on a bus driving through America right now, and then I'm going back to Europe, the UK, Australia, New Zealand, and who knows where else. So thank you. I look forward to seeing you in real life, where hopefully, because of social stuff, you will not say these kinds of things in person. Okay, bye forever.